I know in Spain and France and I think Portugal as well, and possibly a few other countries in Europe, they now have the right to disconnect. So, bosses aren't allowed to, but that's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not about you have to disconnect, it's about giving people the choice. And I think that kind of goes back to everything we're talking about, which is around flexibility, which is if you want to work later, if you want to own your career and say, right, for the next 10 years, I'm just going to be that full-on workaholic, and, we can argue whether that's a good thing or not, but it's their choice and they can do that. Equally, if they just want to do their 9 till 5 and live outside of that, that should be totally okay as well. So I'm all for rules like that, but I'm kind of with you. I don't know if it's not about saying no email. Do you mean I think it's about giving the choice where you can't be penalised for, and I think Australia have brought one in recently as well. Yeah, and so I think that's a very healthy. I really like those sort of rules, but it can't be. I don't believe in like shutting email servers down, for example, and saying, right, no emails will even be delivered between that. I've seen that suggestion.
And it doesn't solve the trust issue.
It doesn't solve the trust issue because then people can, all that sort of stuff. So, I think, look, people spend a lot of time going, how do I get my team to do what I want and all that sort of thing? How do I know what they want and all that sort of stuff? And I always say, just ask them. Just ask them. I see people bringing consultants and they just sit around a room and they just guess and just go and speak to people, because there's still that weird, and I think you touched upon it, like that school kid versus adult. Like people think if someone says, I want this in my workplace, people think they're trying to skive off, or there's still that mentality of sort of going, oh, they're just trying to game the system, or they're trying to get around it. And of course you can find examples of that. But ultimately, when people say, look, what do you want? It's probably to make their work life better or their personal life better or something, but overall that's likely to help you in the long run. So I always just say, just ask, just create an environment where people feel comfortable. Don't say you're an open door policy and then shut down any sort of feedback. Like, you've got to live what you say.